All right, greetings and hello everyone and welcome to the webinar. This is Toni Coleman Brown and I'm excited to be with you guys here tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about 7 steps to make your website rock the internet. And I'm excited to present this information to you, and I hope that all is well. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Toni Coleman Brown, and I'm the founder of the Network for Women in Business. Also, each and every year we host an annual event called the Small Business Bootcamp for Women. And now, new to the agenda is the Online Marketing Mastermind Live event. And at the Online Marketing Mastermind Live event, this is where we do a deep dive into online marketing, and it's more of a 2-day workshop versus an empowerment event. So what we tend to do at that event is do a deep dive, like I said, into online marketing. We build lead capture pages and sales pages, and we teach you how to create Facebook ads, and we get you generating leads right at the event. So it's pretty exciting, and it's lots of fun, and it's very much hands-on. And so the Network for Women in Business is an online platform, and it's an educational platform where our motto is that we educate to elevate women in business. So tonight we have a special topic about making your website rock, and some of our objectives are as follows. We want to talk about a little bit about why you need a website, as well as what are some of the important elements that you should have in your website. So are you guys, is my audio going in and out? Let me know, because I'm using a new headset and I keep getting these strange messages that the audio connection was lost. But I hope that you guys can hear me okay and that everything is fine. But we're going to talk a little bit about why you need a website, and we're also going to talk about some of the 7 elements that, some of the 7 elements that your website must absolutely have in order for you to rock the internet. Okay, so first and foremost, why you need a website. In today's day and age, one person said that the audio was lost, so I guess it may be coming a little bit in and out, but let me know if you can still hear me now. Okay. All right, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Good. So first and foremost, why you need a website. In today's day and age, everything is really done online, and just the online platform is just growing and exploding right now. There are probably about almost 3 billion people that have internet access, and that's a lot of people. And if you think about it, a third of those people are on Facebook. So as the world is really moving towards e-commerce, I know one of Mark Zuckerberg's ultimate goals is to have everyone in the world to have internet access. And it's just really interesting how the internet is exploding. And right now, if you think that there are over 3 billion users on the internet, and they're expected to have 3 billion more users come on board in the next 10 or so years, it's just definitely the place to be. And more people are moving towards e-commerce. And I don't know if you guys heard the latest news, but Macy's is actually closing a lot of their retail stores because they want to focus their business online. They want to focus on their e-commerce business. So the internet is just exploding, and at this point in time of the year, which is holiday time, and we're about to go into Cyber Monday, which is one of the biggest online sales shopping days of the year, it's just crucial and vital for you to have an internet presence. And with all of the tools that we have with Wix and Weebly and all of the other different platforms, there's just really no excuse for anyone not to have an online presence today. So everyone actually needs to have a website. So basically, when it comes down to the different elements that you should have to rock the internet, the first thing that your website must be, and that is mobile ready. And what that actually means is when someone access your website through their phone, which, to be quite honest with you, today more people have cell phones than they have toothbrushes in the world, believe it or not. And most people are accessing the internet now on their phone. So when it comes down to it, your phone needs to be mobile ready. And what that means is if you look at this phone, if you look at this screen over here on the left side, this is an example of a mobile ready website. And what happens is if you go to your phone right now and you go to your website, it should flip to a mobile version of your website, which means that you'll see your menu will not show across the top the way it does here on the right hand side. It'll show as more of a tab, and so when people click on it, it's more tabular. So if your website is mobile ready, what's going to happen is it will click over to the mobile ready site just automatically when somebody goes to your website using their phone. And like I said, now we have almost more people in the world with smartphones than people have toothbrushes. So it's very important that your phone is mobile ready. And some of the ways that you can check to make sure that it is mobile ready, you can look at look at it on your phone or look at it on a tablet and see how it looks and see how it converts. It should convert to the screens. And all of the buttons and everything should be very functional, and it should be easy for people to scroll up and down. And it should definitely allow for the users to engage with your website in a very easy manner. So it should be easy for people to swipe, to scroll, to use the tabs to maneuver from one page to the other. So does anybody have any questions about that? So Melanie said that you guys lost sound. So let me just do this. Can you guys hear me now better? Because I was using a different headset, so I just took the headset off, and I'm just going to go without the headset, and hopefully you guys can hear me a lot better. Yeah, Tamara says she thinks you lost me, but you should probably hear me.
Go to webinar. We repair unexpected system issues and are unable to process your call right now. Please hang on and try again. Code 2. Thank you for calling Go to webinar. We are repairing unexpected system issues and are unable to process your call right now. Please hang on and try again. Code 2.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I see that my audio looks like it's coming through now, but it was just very weird. And I'm wondering if you guys heard all of the things that I heard. Because I know I saw on the controls, it says that connection has been lost and it's attempting to connect right now. So I don't know what's going on with the platform. It looks like GoToWebinar is having some issues. I'm gonna type in the chat and see if you guys can read it or hear it, and let me know. Because I keep getting this message that audio has been lost. I don't know what's going on. And I got a strange notification from GoToWebinar. So what I'm going to do, I tell you what I'm going to do, and it should make it a lot easier. No sound, no. Okay. Oh, wow.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? That is just the weirdest thing. I called in and it said that they were having some issues. Okay, great. All right, so let's just try it. Let's just try it from here, because I called in and they said that they were having issues and that they were working on repairing it. So hopefully everything is great now and you guys can hear me. So this is good. Thanks Charlotte for letting me know. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so the first thing I said was your website needs to be mobile ready. So that's the first thing. And then we came to this slide, and okay, great. Everybody looks like they can hear me now. All right, great. So number one, mobile ready. And like I was saying before, when your website is mobile ready, when someone looks at your website on their phone, which I was saying before that about 5.6 billion people in the world have smartphones, and most people have more smartphones in the world than they have toothbrushes, believe it or not. And your website needs to flip automatically to being mobile ready. And if you look at the website on the left hand side, you can see that it looks very different from the website on the right hand side. When your phone flips to being mobile ready, it kind of gives you this little tabular form over here as your menu, and when you click on these like little lines that look like bars, that's really your menu, and it should be easy to jump from page to page, so people don't have to like move their screen so that they can, or widen the screen so they can see the menu buttons the way they are over here on the right hand side. So what makes a website mobile ready and mobile friendly is like when you look at it, everything should fit on the one screen, and people can easily scroll up and down and click on the little menu button and maneuver from page to page, and each and every page on your website should automatically flip to the mobile version. And the same holds true when you're using a phone on a tablet. It should easily flip over so that when someone is looking at it on a different size screen, that it looks, you know, just very user friendly. So first and foremost, it has to be mobile ready, because that encourages engagement, and it also you know, helps people to maneuver through your website from their device, which is the way that most people are accessing websites today. And two, your website should be fast. So if you don't have your website optimized right now, one of the things you want to do is make sure that you have a template that is very easy to maneuver. And one of the things that helps to increase the speed of your website is when you don't have a lot of pictures that have to load. Believe it or not, a lot of people are using, a lot of people have slow website speeds. They don't have the fastest high-speed internet service that a lot of people that use the web a lot have. And the difference between 6 seconds, so if it takes your website 8 seconds to load up versus 2 seconds to load up, it'll have a real negative impact on your conversions. And you know, they found that the difference between 8 seconds and 2 seconds could range in the neighborhood of 74% of conversions. So it increases conversions by 74% versus, you know, 25% if it takes 8 seconds. I mean, you know, when you really think about that in today's terms, we really live in a microwave generation. People hate to see websites that's full. You know, when you get that little circle and it's just turning and turning and turning. A lot of people don't like that. People don't like slow websites at all. They want the websites to come up. They want the websites to be fast. And in today's world, I think the i7 processor is probably one of the best processors that they have right now. They may have an i8 processor, but I know i7 processors are really good, and they're not as expensive as they used to be, because a lot of people are well, not a lot of people, but some people are moving away from desktops really all together and using their cell phones for everything. And so you want your website to be fast, and there are certain things that you can do to increase the speed. And one of the things is definitely make sure that you don't have a lot of pictures that have to load, because and then also, if you do have a website with a lot of pictures, one of the things that you may want to do is, if you have an older laptop and you have a newer laptop, look at it on the older laptop and see what it looks like, or an older desktop. Because a lot of times you may think that your beautiful website that you paid lots of money for is highly converting, but when other people are looking at it on slower computers, they're really seeing blank screens. So you have to be very careful when it comes down to a lot of pictures. I think that the best websites today have lots of white space, and also, maybe videos, because pictures just take a long time to load, and you don't want to have people sitting around with their websites spooling. So just be careful about that and make sure that your website is fast and fully optimized. So the third thing is a call to action. Now this is big. This is actually really huge. And what a call to action looks like is, you want to have an element on your website where you can capture leads. So you want to tell people to get free coaching, sign up for a 5-day boot camp, or sign up for a newsletter. You want to tell people what they need to do. When people come to your website, you want to have, headlines that pop. You want you to have a clear, unique selling proposition. And what that means is, when people come to your website, they need to know what you're all about, and they need to get it and get it right away, because the average person only spends 2 or 3 seconds on each page per website. So your website really has to captivate them, and it has to catch their attention very quickly. And when you have these calls to action, you want to make sure that they're highly visible. The top real estate on your website is the top right-hand side. So you want to make sure that, because I don't know what it is about our eyes, but it has a tendency to just automatically kind of flow to the right-hand side. And so you want to make sure that your call to action buttons, or your web forms, you want to make sure that they're on either the right hand side of the website, or you want to make sure that they're an interruption to the website. So what that means is that they can drop down and appear within the first few seconds of someone getting to your website. So that is very important, call to action buttons. And these web forms are important as well, because you want to always have a way to capture people's information. You don't want people to, kind of drive by your website, meaning navigate to it and then quickly leave away. You want to always, offer them something for free, so that they can leave their name and email address, and you can stay in contact with them. Or better yet, you can deliver them content immediately. And I have to tell you guys, one of the main reasons why I wanted to have this particular webinar is because, as we get down to this particular season of the year, a lot of people are thinking about reinvention. A lot of people are thinking about repositioning themselves. And one of the things that you want to do is take the time to do it now, before we go into 2017. And as you're making your plans for your businesses in 2017, these are some of the things, and these are some of the elements that you want to keep in mind, so that as you're building your new websites, you want to make sure that they have all of these elements. So I hope that makes sense. So number 4 is testimonies. People love testimonies, and they love to hear what other people have to say. And if you have testimonies in the form of written words, it's great. But if you also have testimonies in the form of videos, that's even better. On one of my websites, I have testimonial videos all along the right-hand side of my website, and I think it's pretty powerful for people to see, and it's also very powerful for people to hear. But, when people come to your website, they want to, know that what other people think about you, what other people have to say about you. And that just provides great documentation and great endorsements for you. So if you have testimonies, or you can gather up testimonies, if you are in the process of repositioning yourself for 2017, one of the things that you can do right now, as we're headed into these last few weeks of the year, is to begin to start gathering your testimonies for your website. So that's very important. And then number 5 is your offer. A lot of people think that websites are for information purposes only. And some websites are like that. But for the most part, you want your website to actually be a moneymaker for you. You want it to make money for you while you sleep. So you want people to buy your products, engage with you. You want people to really just indulge in everything that you have to offer while you sleep. There's nothing like waking up the next day and seeing that money has been deposited into your PayPal account because someone has purchased your book, or to look in your email and see that someone has completed your web form. I mean, it's very important. So offers also should be interruptions. So as you can see, this is from my ToniColemanBrown.com website. And this is an offer that I have. It's a free offer, but it comes in the form of an interruption. So what I use is pop-up domination, and you can kind of Google that and look it up, pop-up domination. And what happens with it is when people come to my site and they've been there for a few seconds, the whole entire website goes dark. And this pop-up as a light box kind of interrupts everything. So everything kind of disappears and goes dark, and this pop-up will pop onto the screen. And so it forces the person that's on the website to take a look at it, to see what it's all about, and to decide whether or not they want to participate in the offer. And if they don't want to participate in the offer, it's really easy for them to just X out. They just have to click on the X button to X out. So these are very powerful. And, a lot of people oftentimes don't feel that they should make an offer on their website, but that's what it's there for. It's there for you to really sell yourself. It's your first point of contact. And a lot of times when you're looking to pitch someone about an idea, or you want to, get somebody to buy into what it is you have to offer, one of the first things they want to do is go to your website and check out what's going on there. So if you have a really strong offer that, kind of comes in people's face and interrupts all of their actions, it's good because it causes them to pause. And, like I said before, it's important for your website to convert. It's important for you to ask for the sale, because a lot of times, in business, a lot of entrepreneurs have not because they ask not. You have to ask for business. And I think that especially as female entrepreneurs, oftentimes this is one of the hardest things for people to do, and that is ask for the business. So, when you have your offer popping up in a person's face, you're really asking for business. Now, this is a free giveaway, so this is what a lot of people will call a loss leader. So I'm giving away, or a self-liquidating offer. I'm giving away something for free in return for their email address. So therefore, they'll get on my list. They'll get to know me a little bit better. They'll listen to my free audio program. And then, they'll decide, hey, do I like Toni enough to continue to do business with Toni? Or has Toni just totally pissed me off and I don't ever want to hear anything or see anything that she does again? So this is a great opportunity for you to get people on your list and for you to dig deeper into a deeper relationship with them. So you always want to have some type of offer on your website. That's just very important. So the sixth thing that you want to have is social proof. And social proof can come in many forms. Social proof can come in the form of you have, your tweets, your Twitter account, and if you have a large Twitter account, you can have your feed kind of flowing on your website, or if you have a large Instagram following and you have a bunch of posts on Instagram, you can have your Instagram feed flowing on your website. But I know that a lot of people have come to, my websites, and a lot of times because I talk about things related to social media, when they see that I have like almost 36,000 fans for the Network for Women in Business, it causes them to, kind of take me a little bit more seriously. And so it's really important for you to highlight your best social media website on your site so that people can see, you have a lot of followers on Twitter, or you have a lot of followers on Facebook, or you have a lot of people following you on Instagram, and to see what you're doing on those other social media sites. I always say that documentation beats conversation. So when you can show people and prove to people that, hey, people are into me, people are following me, people are listening to the things that I have to say, it's really important, and you want to highlight that, everywhere you can on your website. So like I said, if you tweet a lot, you may want to run your Twitter feed on your website, or, if you have a lot of great content and you want people to share your content, you have your social share buttons up there, and there are different types of social share buttons. Some of them will show an article, and it'll say how many times it was shared. And if you have an article or something that was shared a couple thousand times, that's social proof right there in itself. And that says a lot, and it speaks volumes to strangers who are seeing you for the first time, and they may not know who you are, but when they see that other people are into you, then it causes them to pause. And that's what you always want to do. You always want to have that wow factor where you cause people to kind of pause and, just say, hey, I want to look at this person a little bit further, and let me see what kind of stuff she's posting on social media. So you want to make sure that when you are highlighting your social media accounts on your website, that you're showing your best of your best, so that people can, it's so funny because sometimes in some regards I see it as all, an illusion. And it's interesting because here lately, because of this election, they've been talking about a lot of, fake news and this and that and the other, and how a lot of people had, they make these websites that look really legitimate, and they post these fake stories, and people navigate to the stories. And what happens is that people have these websites where they have all of these banner ads, and when people navigate to the website, what they're getting is impressions. And if they have their websites set up in such a way that they get paid per impression, they don't care whether or not what the information they have on the website is real or not. All they want is the impression. All they want is people to navigate to the website so that they can make money off of it. So it's interesting. So you always want to make sure that you have your websites and stuff set up so that you look as legitimate as you possibly can, and so that it intrigues people enough to pause and say, maybe I should pay more attention to this person. So as much as you can provide social proof, you definitely want to do that. And last but not least, you want to have contact buttons or links. You can have a contact button or a link on your website in various different forms. Some of the forms that you can have it is contact us, little buttons that will pop out along the side of the website or pop up from the bottom of the website. Or if you're a coach and you're looking for clients and you want people to book you, you can have your calendar pop up on, at the bottom of your website, and it could say something like book an appointment with us now or something like that. And what's really cool about all of this stuff, your call to actions, your contact buttons, your pop-ups, and all of that, is that it's really easy to include a lot of these elements on your website when you have a WordPress site, or when you have your website that was built on a WordPress platform. Now, a lot of people, I don't know how tech savvy a lot of you are, but WordPress is a platform where you can actually install the application on your URL so that your WordPress, which most people look at it as a blog, your WordPress site actually becomes your website. Now, what I really love about WordPress is the fact that it has 1,000,001 plugins, and you can utilize the plugins to just trick out your website and make it really super fancy and special. You can add calendars to your website. You can add fancy contact buttons. You can add social media share buttons. And all of these things you can add to your website very easily as WordPress plugins. So I really love the WordPress platform because it can make a beginner website builder just look fantastic and amazing. Because first and foremost, WordPress by itself, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out for a second. I'm going to pop out of my presentation so I can show you, one of my websites. And what I would like to do, well, this is one of my websites that's a sales page that you actually, when you go to this page, you can see all of the things that I kind of talked about, like your call to action button and the testimonies and all of that stuff, and key benefits and features, and then I have the price, so I have the offer there. Then I have a free trial offer. Why you become a member, I kind of talk about that, talk about some of the trainings that we have, and then I also have an offer. Now when people click the button and you say yes, let me in, and they go to the main website, what they're going to hear is the regular network woman and business website. And once they get here, it's not a lot of pictures, but what you do have is the call to action button, and then also some more call to action with a 14-day trial. I do also have some ads, some banner ads, because when people click on those ads, you get paid. I have here the social media share buttons. I also have the social proof. But as you can see along the top, I'm signed into my WordPress dashboard. So if I click on dashboard, what I love about WordPress is the fact that, you can kind of see all of the different things that's going on here. It looks like it's nothing, but once you really get into WordPress, it's just really amazing because you can change the appearance of it. And what I like about it is that it comes with a pretty decent theme, but also you have the ability to constantly change the themes if you want to. And you can, flip-flop to the ones that come with WordPress, or you can kind of look for some different types of themes. And, what I love about it, like I said before, is the fact that it has so many themes. And so when you click on the button and you want to change a theme, what will happen is you'll see all of these different types of themes that WordPress has to offer. And you have the ability to choose from any one of these themes. And then you can just take it once you pick on what you like, you can just install it. And I just clicked that. I don't want to do that. But you can install a theme, and then you can just change it around. Now, what I like about WordPress, like I said, is the fact that it has a lot of plugins. So when you go to the plugins, if you want to add something new or add a new type of plugin, all you have to do is click Add New. And there's so many things that you can do. You can create, a website with using BuddyPress and BBPress. You can create forums on your website. You can make your website almost look like Facebook with BuddyPress. So there are a lot of different things that you can, a lot of different plugins that you can use. And if you can see here, um, right here, there's a search button, and you can search and you can find all kinds of plugins. Then you can also search to find which ones are the popular plugins. And then when you add these things onto your website, what ends up happening is um, if you want your website to be search engine optimized, you can do that, and you can have all of your pages optimized. And remember how I said the last thing was a contact form? If you want a contact form on your website, you can see right here, this is a contact form, and all you have to do is click install now, and it'll install it, and all you have to do is kind of set it up the way you want it to be set up. So I really love WordPress. It is, one of my favorite platforms that I like to use. And I think that if you're not using WordPress, you definitely should. So those are really the 7 things that I believe that, you should use on your website to really make your website rock the internet. You want people to be able to contact you. You want people to be able to read their information. You want to make sure your website is mobile friendly. You want to make sure you have your call to actions, your testimonies, any type of even success stories if you have them. You want to make sure you have social proof and your social share buttons. You also want to make sure that you have your offers and that they're upfront and in your face. So, I have coming up in April 1st and April 2nd of 2017, I will have my second online marketing mastermind live event. The website hasn't been updated, but the dates are definitely solid, April 1st, April 2nd, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and this is really one of the things that I love to do, which is really work with people one-on-one and get hands-on to help them to build, their first lead capture pages, to show them how they can do all of this stuff themselves. Because one of the things that really irks me about a lot of what I see going on today, especially when it comes down to people building websites, and there are a lot of companies out there that will build a website for you, but the one thing that you don't want to do is, you don't need to spend like $3,000 on a website. You don't even need to spend $2,000 on a website. Really and truly, websites you can put together in like 1, 2, 3, and it can cost you like less than $50. And I'm serious about that. But a lot of people will charge you thousands of dollars for 5 pages of a website and then hold you hostage, and you have to go to them every time you need a change. So what I like to do in the online marketing mastermind is really kind of teach you how you can do some of these things for yourself and really empower you. And the way that I conduct the class, it's in a way that it's not a class, so I should say that up front. So the way I conduct the workshop, because it's not a class, it's not me standing in front of the room, talking. What it is you have your laptop, I have my laptop, we have a workbook, we go through the curriculum, you do the exercises, I do the exercises with you, but you leave there very empowered because you know how to do everything that a lot of people would like to charge you, like, $60, $70 to $100 a month to service your website. And you leave empowered to be able to do all of those things yourself. So the website should go live probably sometime next month. It's live right now, but it has the old information from the last workshop. So I'm so excited about the workshop that's going to be coming up on April 1st and 2nd in 2017. And I look forward to seeing some of you that are on the line today there. But I hope that this information has been helpful to you. I hope you learned a lot. And most importantly, I hope that you have a happy, happy, and wonderful Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Don't sleep too much. Use the time if you have the time off. Use the time to start preparing for your reinvention and your repositioning in 2017. But thank you so much. I appreciate the time that you took out to be on this webinar with me. And I also appreciate you guys hanging out and wading through all of the technical difficulties. So you guys take care and have a great rest of the night and have a happy, happy Thanksgiving. Be blessed and be well. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. You're welcome, Charlotte. Thank you for those words. You guys take care.